everybody don't have that audible hearing. Remember what I said, 90% of it is a telepathic communication. That's how spirits on other realms usually communicate anyway. Oh, good point. Sometimes I sit in silence and I'm like, yeah, no, you can't sit in silence. That don't help. That don't do shit for you. You got to train your brain. Right? This is training. Y'all got to remember that you guys are going through training again. When I tell y'all to do certain things, it's about training your muscles, your spiritual muscles, your brain, your ori. Everything spiritual, your muscles have not been worked or used since you got this suit, and we trying to turn it all back on. So we doing strength training again. We doing calisthenics again. We running suicides around this motherfucker again. We doing all that kind of stuff to get our heart rate pumping, everything moving in unison again, right? Once it's moving, that's when the lights start to turn on, because it's energy being accessed to things that have not been utilized since God knows when. The guided meditation is because you're able to quiet your mind, quiet the noise out, clean yourself, hear your own voice, so that when it's somebody else's voice or somebody else's energy that's coming in, that's speaking to you intuitively, telepathically, then you understand when it's not you. But you got to know you to know what's not you. You know, y'all dreams just to give y'all the answers with y'all ancestors. It's not just about the dreams. That's the easiest way, right? What happens when, like, for this young lady who can't get the answer to her questions because she's awake? But why? Well, because you don't meditate. Guided meditation. You don't have a ritual and a routine in which you go and sit down in front of your ancestors, sit on a goddamn chair, open up something, and start reading a couple of prayers, and then have regular conversation and ask your questions. One at a time. Write down anything that pops in your head. Any of that kind of stuff. So I don't want my communication to only be when I'm sleeping. My spirits don't even want to only speak to me out loud. That's why 90%, like, y'all don't realize that most times, and in the astral realm and in the spiritual realm and all these other kind of realms, it is telepathic communication. You know what I mean? It's telepathic communication that they're using. So that means that if any other spiritualist is in the room and my spirit is coming over here to say something to me and she's talking out loud, right? That bitch could hear her too. She'd be like, oh, no. She's not going to hear what I'm telling you. So I'm going to put it in here, because that's between me and you. She can't hear what's going on in here. But if I say it out loud for you to hear it audibly, that means that the other person that's spiritual can hear it audibly too. So I'm going to put it in here, which is why I need you to work this, which is why I need you to turn this on, which is why I need you to get on my frequency, which is why I need you to do the guided meditations, the routine, the rituals, the cleansings, all of the stuff. Right? What happens if you're in a situation that you can't speak out loud? I need to put the message in here. Right? So I'm going to make sure that I am set up in a way that if they put it here, bitch, I'm getting it. I don't got to be asleep to get it. I'm going to sit down somewhere. And I'm going to start writing down what I heard. And I'm going to go spend a couple of more days at my altar for 30 minutes today, 30 minutes tomorrow. On one day of the week, I'll do maybe, you know what I mean? But I got a bunch of people. You know? So when you guys don't have a bunch of spirits and it's just your ancestors, you got carte blanche time to go over there and understand the energy of spirit that's coming through, so that when they do let them spirit guides through, you already got a ritual and a routine, and one more day of throwing something in there won't hurt you or break your back.